I got to cut you off real quick because we are officially reporting that Ole Miss quarterback Austin Simmons is expected to enter the transfer portal. Before we get into what happens next with him, what happens immediately with him as his team right now, Chris, is still playing in the college football playoff. What are the mechanisms behind that? We saw a similar thing maybe last year with Bo Pribula.
Yeah, who chose to go straight to Missouri and didn't play. But we also
know what's happening here?
I don't, not at this point. We also have the Preston Stone situation where he was SMU's backup quarterback and he stayed with SMU through the playoffs. So that's up in the air. I'm still waiting for some clarification on some stuff with Austin Simmons, but we are reporting he is officially going out.
I do wonder when it's like, you know, everything starts moving a little bit. It's like, hey, you better take your spot now.
Yeah.
Like, because Bo Pribula was very vocal that he did not want to leave Penn State.
Yeah. That's the tough part about the calendar. That's why they moved this transfer portal back a little bit. But as we're seeing, that doesn't necessarily fix every problem.
And Simmons is one of those guys that he would be sandwiched in between a guy like Lagway, Raiola, and Grunkemeyer. So he'd be right in between there, right? So, like, there's the cream of the crop.
The top 10 QB.
It's like the 1A, the 1B, and then you have kind of like, he's kind of right there. So point being is there's enough quarterback needy teams out there that maybe that just kind of forced his hand where he's like, hey, I got to, this is a spot I like. Maybe I got to jump on it.
He's an interesting prospect from the standpoint too. I mean, his story is absolutely wild. I think he's already an Ole Miss graduate. So there's that kind of going into it. But despite the fact that he's already graduated from college, he's still very young in terms of what we've seen from him at the quarterback position. So how do you even go about evaluating what we've seen? Because they cut ties with him very quickly, just not necessarily because he was playing super poorly, but because Trinidad Chambliss just left you no choice.
Yeah, you lean more on less of the recent exposure and more of kind of what you know, go all the way back to high school. I think Kenny Minchie, who's transferring from Notre Dame, would kind of fit into that box as well. Two guys that are really talented, and the more you kind of dig in behind the scenes, both at Notre Dame, both at Ole Miss, the way that those guys are wired, there's a lot of positive feedback on that, and you don't go on that, but that's a part of the process as well. And with Simmons, we've seen glimpses, not flashes, very small glimpses of a guy that's a very, very talented passer. And at times it was a rocky start to the season, but just in terms of, you know, measuring the upside with, okay, how far along does he have in his development? That's kind of where you hedge your bet a little bit. You're like, hey, I know this guy has top tier level traits. In terms of what we've seen already, it looks like he could have some time before he matures into that player that we think he can be. And that's kind of where you fit on a landing spot there.
You hear anything new?
I would watch Missouri.
Watch Missouri.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd watch Missouri.
Yep. Mizzou is a team that has come up quite a bit already today.
Mizzou's they got some resources. You know,
money.
Yes, they're an interesting team. And Simmons is the type of guy, like, I like Matt Zollers, but I also am a big fan of creating competition at that position. And like, I don't know if Zollers showed you enough as a true freshman where you can sit back coming off a disappointing 8-4 season and Eli Drinkwitz and not bringing another guy that you think, you know, can emerge.
He will stay with Ole Miss throughout the college football playoff, by the way. Just got that word in. So he'll continue to be Trinidad Chambliss's backup quarterback during playoffs.
Okay, good to know. See, we asked and answered. All right, so to recap, Austin Simmons, the Ole Miss quarterback, is set to enter the transfer portal. He will stick with them through the college football playoff. Mizzou is an early team to look at.